For 7 magical days, the press team from City FM and City TV and the Business and Financial Times explored the winelands of Cape Town, South Africa. The various wineries and learned about winemaking in South Africa. Hello from Cape Town, guys. I am reporting live from the beautiful scene of Cape Town. We're here for the next couple of days for the Wines of South Africa Sommelier World Cup event, and we're going to be giving you a daily episode of all the amazing things that we do and get up to right here in Cape Town. My name is AJ Akwako-Sapo. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. And before anything else, let's take a look at the amazing journey from Accra to Cape Town. And we were off. After a flight from Accra to Joburg and a connection to Cape Town, we touched down at Cape Town International Airport and made our way to our home for a few short days, the Vineyard Hotel at Newlands, Cape Town.
Purchase your tracks today.
With amazing South African hospitality and exciting events from the get-go, we knew it would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We enjoyed lunches, brass and wine tasting at the Vineyard Hotel and got the opportunity to watch the Wines of South Africa Sommelier World Cup 2019.
Sina plan, sina cash, hata pesa misina. Hendo manuna nititika manekuibia. Lakini mimi nimekupenda though. I don't know why you treat me like a criminal. We were just together though. On the same line, why pressing into though? Some man I act rough like John Cena. Some man I get buff like John Cena. We used to be cool when I used to come through. Now you wanna act tough like John Cena. Some gala want beef like hyena. Some gala get beat like Serena. Hey, ha, hey. Some gala take shots like tequila. Get it down. Hey, bo, hey, alright, T-Boy the flame. DJ exit. You guys did a lot here. No, it's too much. Kwanza, cheza kama we hutaki. Pili, kata kama mishkaki. Tatu, ingia hapa katikati. Toka jasho unaloa kama ni samaki. Cheza kama we hutaki. Kata kama mishkaki. Ingia hapa katikati. Toka jasho unaloa kama ni samaki. Shisha. Get it? Some man I act rough like John Cena. Some man I get buff like John Cena. You used to be cool when I used to come through. Now you wanna act tough like John Cena. Some gala want beef like hyena. Some gala get beat up Serena. The gala get loud, the gala get wild. Some gala take shots like tequila. Hypo. It's too much. Show my dress. Flourish and multiply forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah. Hey.
in the company of two people who made all of this possible. Siobhan, I'm saying it right. Siobhan. Ah, right. Brilliant. And Matumi, the man. It's such a pleasure to be here. Firstly, congratulations to both of you for an amazing event. Coming from Ghana, it's been wonderful to see it all. But let me come to you. I'll start with you, Siobhan, as the CEO. Tell me the process, or describe some of the processes that has gone through making today a reality.
Well, it's a long process, and it's almost a year-long process. So what happens is each market, each country goes ahead and does their own final. So they will get people to compete in a final. The best person will come forward to South Africa. So as you saw, there were 11 finalists standing on stage, and those 11 finalists have come through a long process. So those people come to South Africa, and then they compete in South Africa. And the process that they go through here is they attend master classes, they do blind tastings, they do an exam, and then there's a practical final. So that culminates all to deciding who the winner is going to be. And today was the last bit in terms of deciding the final first, second, and third place.
I'll come to you about how it was deciding on the final three, but let me come back to you, Mutumi. Describe the process as well that it has been on your side, getting us all ready for the Sommelier Cup.
I think for us as WoSA in Africa in particular, it begins with the training and, educating people about wine, how to handle wine, the etiquette of wine. All of those elements graduate people to finally become the people who can qualify and compete in this competition. It's a journey that we are strongly, in Ghana in particular, we are seeing growth in those who have knowledge base, and I think in future we'll have a Ghanaian participating. I look forward to that part of the game.
And myself as well, I was secretly rooting for the Zimbabwe and Kenya, but I'm not even going to put my biases there, even though I just did. But coming to you, describe today's process, because today was quite a bit, narrowing it down to the final three. Firstly, what were the key factors that were chosen and were selected between the three that made them the top three today?
Okay, I wouldn't be able to answer that because the judges would, but I can tell you that the process this morning was really about knowledge of South African wine. So it was knowledge in terms of the theory of understanding South Africa and what our uniquenesses are, and then also blind tasting. So you had to know the wines and be able to distinguish the wines. So that was the first section. Then the top three in that would have gone through to what we call, all 11 would have gone through, to the service section to here. Then they would have decided of those 11 who the three were that would do the service, because service narrows it down. So today was really about understanding those fine aspects of being a sommelier, how you serve, how you taste, and how you deal with your customers.
For a successful Sommelier Cup 2019, it was time to celebrate our top three winners. There was a celebration held at a Stack restaurant to celebrate the successful crowning of a new Sommelier World Champion.
Are you going there? WoSA. Ho! Hey!
And after a quick change into my lovely artillery outfit with fabric from Kimimi, we're ready for the evening's festivities. Tonight is just going to be a celebratory night, celebrating the three top finalists of the Wines of South Africa Sommelier World Cup. So tonight at the Shaft, we're just going to let our hair down, have a few drinks, and just have a really great evening. Stay tuned. This is the Cape Town Diaries City Style. We let our hair down, mingled, and drank a lot of wine as we celebrated a new world champion in South African wines. We toured the winelands and various wineries, beginning at Durbanville Hills, an amazing establishment that offers patrons an exciting and exceptional wine collection and a world-class restaurant with some of the most delicious meals which the team enjoyed.
as a little bit of background about Durbanville Hills itself. So the area that we are in now, the wine areas have been producing wine for the past 300 years. But obviously we didn't have a wine farm or anything, just basically to give it a name and everything. So Distel and the wine producers in the area thought it was time, to showcase Durbanville as a vineyard, as a wine farm, and give it a name. So that is when we opened up our doors in October 1999.
We explored Dear Fontaine and had a lovely tour and wine tasting of their wines.
So that one, when David said to me, there's a job for you, I was in corporate as a project management. I had a brilliant job. I love my job. Was in the medical field, procurement, new hospitals. I traveled, and something called me back to my heritage. This man, this Jewish man. And he sat with me, he said, you know what, Denise, I have all these CVs, and these girls got the MBAs, and they're very well qualified. You don't have a degree. I said, well, if that's the case, you're not going to have a successful business because degrees don't always sell your business. I've got my QBE degree. You know QBE degree? I'll let you think a little bit. I'm qualified by experience. Hey, you put it on your business cards, okay? You sound much more qualified after MBA, my brother. I do it with all the Americans that comes here with we graduates, MBA graduates. I say, oh, I'm Denise, I've got my QBE. They don't know which way to go. So it's on my business card, QBE. So what happened? Yeah, no, it's solid. Nobody can, just solid. You must. You don't need it, my brother. The thing is, if you've got passion for anything, better put it on. All right. If you've got passion for something, it can't crumble. That cookie won't crumble. So the long and the short of it is, when David decided, now we're going to transform this farm, he said we need to get a name for it. And what did we do when South Africa transformed? We decided to make it a Xhosa or Zulu name. The worst decision ever. You know why? Because black people never made wine. That's the reality of it. And if we can change it, exactly, if we can change it back, why didn't we do it? And we decided on Thokozani. Thokozani means celebrations. It means be happy. But why didn't we just call the brand Be Happy or Celebrations? Because it didn't mean anything then. People will then ask, like you said, what does Thokozani mean? Then the stories start.
We enjoy the sights and sounds of Bagsberg Wine Estate. And here we are at the Bagsberg Wine Estate, which is an estate with a long history. It is a fourth generation run wine estate and business from the great-grandfather to the grandfather to the father, and finally run by the son, Simon Bag. Today he's going to be giving us a tour himself, the CEO of Bagsberg, and going through the wine production process and finally giving us an amazing tasting of their range of wines right here at Bagsberg. It's going to be really exciting, and I invite you to come along with us for this amazing tasting at Bagsberg Estate here in South Africa. My name is AJ Kwago Sapon. Come on, guys, let's go in. So during the entry, of course, it has a very amazing aspect to it. It's a restaurant. It has its own kind of feel. And the interesting thing is how it also inculcates some of the old production processes of the wine right here on the estate. So we have an old car tractor sort of feel. That's the kind of vibe that you get right now. And then it goes all the way through to wine presses, and also how they used to do the wine back in the day. So some of them are ages old. Some of them are over 100 years old, and we're not going to touch them. We're just going to observe them and keep it moving on. We're going to quickly hand it over to Simon, the CEO, to give us a fantastic tour of the place. But until then, this where we're standing is the Backsburg Estate. Inside is where the real action happens, or at least used to, from the old service area where some of the old wine barrels have been turned into amazing areas where they now do events, to going into where the stainless steel areas are, and then finally sitting down to do a tasting. All of this is in store for you. Just keep sitting back, relaxing, and watching City TV as to give you a part of the experience of wines of South Africa.
Purchase your tracks today.
And we even had an amazing dinner with the Neddenberg team. Touchdown in Paarl near Stellenbosch. This is the Grand Roche Hotel here in Paarl, where for the next couple of hours is going to be a conversation, wine, and certainly a lot of fine dining, because we're going to be meeting up the team from Neddenberg and having a tasting dinner here at the Grand Roche Hotel. It's beautiful. There's a vineyard behind me. There's the beautiful mountains in the background, and it's certainly going to be a lovely evening. This is still a part of the City Star Cape Town Diaries. My name is AJ Akwago Sapon, here in my lovely outfit by R. Lurie, fabric by Kamimi. Tonight, we wine and dine, and you get to go on this journey with us. Stay with us. It's going to be a fantastic evening. Mwah. Dinner was at the Grand Roche Hotel, hosted by the cell master for Neddenberg, Lizelle, with food by South African celebrity chef, Chef Pete Woods.
Purchase your tracks today.
Thank you, ladies, for really giving us a wonderful experience. The pairing of the wine, of the food was on point. I think I also want to thank our Ghanaian guests, the Zimbabweans, the Kenya. We have the African Union here, South Africans at large. I think more than anything, this brings us close to what we want to achieve at WoSA, which is to ensure that the continent gets the finest of South African wine.
We toured the impressive Springfield estate set in the heart of the mountain ridge Robertson Valley in the Western Cape of South Africa. And today we are one in nature. I am currently in the vineyard of Springfield Estate in Robertson, which has an amazing collection of vineyards, wineries, and wine estates. And we're going to be going round to a few of them throughout the day. It's still on the Wines of South Africa experience here in the Rainbow Nation, and me in my rainbow outfit fabric from Kimimi. My name is AJ Akwako-Sapon. Today we're going to be checking out how the wine we get on our tables are grown, how they are produced, and how they are served at the Springfield Estate. And all this you get to watch by simply sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying the journey with us. Come along as we take you into the Springfield Estate.
So this is just on behalf of Springfield to say thank you that you graced us with your visit and something to take home with. This is our Méthode Ancienne Cabernet, and yeah, it was lovely to host you again, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you, Ala.
You're so welcome.
We visited Overhex Winery for a tour of their facilities and a very unique wine tasting. And we're here at the Overhex Wines International. It's going to be a great time. This time we're doing a little unconventional kind of taste. Have you ever tried a wine tasting with popcorn, with toffee, and then with meat? Yeah, very different, but that's what this experience is going to be all about. We're also going to be getting to experience their balanced range, that is their particular line of wines as well. Check out the Mensa range. Yeah, sounds Ghanaian, doesn't it? Well, you find out the history behind that as well, and also the survival series. If you're a survivor, this one is certainly for you. It's going to be really exciting at the Overhex Wines International. Come on, let's go in.
So I think that, when I go to Ghana, I'm always exceptionally warmly welcomed, and I hope that you guys experience the same hospitality from us. That would be the ultimate goal, and I want you guys to come back more often and stay longer and try more wines. But obviously, I think at the end of the day for us, it is creating brand ambassadors back in Ghana. That's the important thing. Obviously for me, yes, for the South African wine industry, but for me personally, for my brands, that's the goal, is to create brand ambassadors and that you guys have fun. I think Overhex, we really strive to be different and to strive to be excellent and have excellence in everything that we do.
And another stop on our tour was that of the famous KWV. KWV is a leading South African wine and spirits producer with a distinguished heritage. And we're here today at the company KWV, which has spanned 101 years, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to be having a taste of an impressive range. They have from MCCs to brandies to every kind of wine, and a lot of varieties as well that we'll be getting to sample right here at KWV offices. It's going to be really exciting, and I invite you to come along with us. Let's have an experience, shall we? All right, today we're here at Valeria. It is a wine estate that does things a little different. They take you firstly on a safari or mini safari ride across the estate, see some of the animals they keep on the estate. Then you sit down to taste some of the amazing wine grown right here on the estate. It's going to be really exciting. I look forward to it. Hopefully not getting a fright, but it should be exciting to see if I do and if I don't, like the G that I am. My name is AJ Akwako-Sapon. It's time for us to go on a mini safari. Come on. We began to wind down our tour of the South African winelands by enjoying the beautiful sights and sounds of Stellenbosch with visits to Valeria Wine Estate and Game Drive.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead.
In the game reserve is actually where most of the dams on the farm are. The game reserve itself comes up to about 250-ish hectares, and about 20 of that is dam surface area. Now, with the drought that we've been having, a lot of our dams are very low at the moment. So we've been doing all kinds of little things to try and improve the quality of the water, and also try and use as little as possible.
Where you go, remember the road that will lead you home. That will lead you home.
We also met and interacted with Rosemary Mosiah of Bridge of Hope, a black-owned wine brand at Linton Park.
My name is Rosemary Mosiah, born and bred in Soweto. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Soweto. And from Soweto, I moved. So from Soweto, I moved to Cape Town, which was like year 2000. And when I arrived here in Cape Town, I was taken around because I was bored. I used to stay in the hotels because I was given time to think whether this company that I was working for Transnet. So they asked me if, do you really want to try Cape Town? I said, okay, rather give me this position on a trial basis. So I was here staying in the hotel, and I phoned friends around and asking them, what can I do? I mean, I'm bored. So they took me to the wine estate. And the wine estate that they took me to, it's in Stellenbosch. That was the first one, because after that we started crawling the wine estates. But I was shocked. I was amazed what I saw, because now you can imagine how Soweto is. And if you see places like this, it's like a different world. And, you know, since that day, when I looked at them, I was not drinking wine. So the way they were tasting, the way they were holding their glasses and all that. So something came to my mind that, no, man, I don't want only to drink this wine, but I want to have business in this wine.
And we finally ended what has been a magical week at the gorgeous estate and farm, Boschendale. So what does lavender and wine have in common? Well, not very much, but today I'm standing in Lavender at a wine estate or a wine property, Boschendale Wine Property to be specific. This large brand is today opening their doors to our cameras and to you seated at home, giving you an opportunity to see how the wine is created, how it's stored, and finally getting a tasting of some of the amazing varieties of wine right here on City TV. My name is AJ Akwakos. I'm part of the Wines of South Africa experience, and today we go into Boschendale. But before that, let's smell some lavender, shall we? I'll see you right soon when we go into Boschendale and see the estate. Stay with us.
And this area that I'm standing in was known as the Vaf, which means basically the courtyard. And this was very much the working part of the farm. Everything happened in and around this courtyard. So behind me, situated at the back here, is our manor house, which dates back to 1812. So it's over 200 years old. And we're going to approach it from the back entrance. And as you look on the left-hand side of the door, there's a plaque. And that shows it's a national monument. So by law here in South Africa, we like to keep things as they were as best we can. So you're not allowed to break down any walls or make major changes on the manor house. So let's walk in and have a look and see how they used to live back in the old days.
And the man known as Wine Kojo in the Ghanaian wine circles and has been, should I say, resident wine sommelier from Ghana on this entire trip, who's been giving us the tips and how to, be the right wine drinkers over here in South Africa. Kojo, please tell me how the experience has been so far.
It's been great. It's been wonderful learning about. Well, for me, I'm European trained, so just obviously getting into South African wines even deeper has been very excellent for me. There's a lot of South African wine in Ghana. And I think you should get out there and discover for yourself, and whatever range that you want to participate, I think there's something for you, and I think you'll be excited to see what they have. It's really great.
And first, I'd like to say on behalf of the Ghana team, thank you so much.
Great pleasure indeed. I mean, for us having you over here, to me it speaks to being able to speak directly to the Ghanaians beyond those that come to our events in Accra. It speaks to the nation because it's a virtual tour that we give the Ghanaians about the experience that South Africa's got to offer. The manor houses, the people that you met, the tastings that you've experienced, the dinners, the food types, South African food actually could also be a learning for the Ghanaians that any wine that is in the market, they should start playing around with the local dishes so that they appreciate wine more. And I'm glad to say that going forward in Ghana, we are coming strongly with the educational component. We're going to be training more Ghanaians. As going forward, I would like to see a sommelier coming from Ghana to participate in the next competition. But most of all, very important is that we need to drive, as I always say, trade within the continent. The African Renaissance is about us giving Ghanaians what we have to offer. Likewise, we would like to experience what Ghanaians have got to offer. I always say this message, especially with Ghanaians' cocoa and their chocolate production. I want to eat that here. I want to have Bochendal pair the wine with the chocolate from Ghana. But I also want Bochendal to also serve a dish of some sort from Ghana. Can we at least as Africans drive ourselves to appreciating each other at that level, value add? And anything that leaves our countries, be it from Ghana, be it from Nigeria, be it from Botswana, must be value add. Let's beneficiate anything that leaves our country so that we benefit our citizens. At the end, in terms of the wine, I would like to also tour Ghana. I would like to see reigniting and resuscitation of the Ghana tourism sector, because I would like a Ghanaian to come to South Africa and explore South Africa, likewise South Africa to go and explore Ghana. Last but not least, always drink responsibly.
On that note, we call it a wrap on this very exciting trip here in South Africa. Until I come your way again, my name is AJ Sapon. And if you see me anywhere holding a glass of wine, ask me about it, because it's certainly South African wine. A truly remarkable experience, thanks to the organizers and hosts Wines of South Africa, South African Airways and John Williams Consult, as well to all the various wineries, facilities and estates that opened their door. Thank you all.